Good evening, everyone. Okay, we are all pretty dead in the room. I understand that. We are sleepy. Can we please have some music? I'm not asking any one of you to dance, but you are allowed to. Please go ahead. Can you play the first slide? Click once more. That's a part of the song called Hearts of Sleeves. I don't know how many of you know about it, but that's a song by Weeknd and Drake, two very famous artists, mainly based in the US. Now, why am I discussing this? The point of discussion here is that the song was not composed by Weeknd and Drake. It was composed by someone called a ghostwriter 977 using an AI tool. What has he done? He's come up with the lyrics by himself. He has trained an AI tool to mimic the voice of Drake and Weeknd and produced a song. Now, what is wrong with it? The lyrics are original, so he is the owner of the song. Unfortunately, Universal Music Group did not think so. And they ensured that they got the music down from every platform. But before they could do that, if I'm not wrong, the music hit about 9 million views. This is 23-24. Why did Universal do this? Universal's problem with this whole act was, yes, the lyrics are yours, but what is mine are the artists. I own all their work. So therefore, you have breached my contract with them, and in turn ensuring that they breach my contract. So it's a two-way breach where none of them are involved. That was the one biggest point. Second one was the artists haven't gotten paid. Despite the fact that it is their music or their voice that is being used, they have no royalty, they have no commission, there is no money they make of it, which is their right to livelihood, as we would call in India. The third thing was that when Ghostwriter 977 trained the AI tool, what did he do? Or what did she do? They copied Drake and Weeknd's voice, trained the tool, and then produced this music. So that initial copying was an infringement of their other music and their other voice and their personality rights. So copyright AI is not limited to just an author, to just an owner of the work. It is also about personality rights. In India, we are facing so many issues, and we've seen in the Delhi High Court, for example, on the daily, there are new cases being filed by a lot of these personalities, be it Jackie Shroff, be it Arijit Singh. They're all contesting their personality rights issues because AI is being trained to use their voice and make music without getting paid, an infringement of their personality because their voice is what sells. It is that likeness that they make money off. So therefore, we are in that situation today where we need a law which either recognizes or categorically calls out saying any product generated by use of AI is not a product that copyright can be granted on. And any product which has utilized a copyrighted work as a base will be infringement of copyright of whatever that base work was. That's where we are at with respect to music, personality rights, voice, likeness. And since we've been asked to keep it quick, I'm going to quickly jump into artistic work. Can we have the next slide, please? Yeah. Okay. No. The earlier one, yeah, this one. I don't know if the painting is visible, but does anyone recognize what this is? This is, yes, it is horse, but this is one of the most famous paintings of M.F. Hussain called Horses. Now, there are two versions of it, 1 and 2. Does anyone know which is AI generated, which is not? Yeah, but you're very close for it. Okay, so one of the ways you can figure this out is if you see in painting 1, on the right corner, you will see Hussein's signature, top right corner. Whereas the one which is 2, there is no such signature. It is 2 which is AI generated. But to a naked eye, you cannot figure out which one is AI generated, which is not. Am I infringing a copyright here? It's an arguable case. Because this I generated by giving a prompt to an AI platform. My prompt very specifically said, do not copy M.F. Hussein's horses. Despite that, I have generated a very similar image, which people who are not art connoisseurs cannot differentiate between. But the differences are there. One of them being the signature, one of them being the brush strokes. One of them, if you see the image on number 2, is much darker in color than image 1. The sketch, image 1 is more blurred lines, image 2 is much sharper. And that's where the problem lies. Today, we cannot figure out what is AI generated and what is not. And if this is the world we live in, without the laws that are required to regulate the situation, we are in a soup. Because we will have copyright infringements on the daily, and we have no recourse. Therefore, it is very important, and unfortunately in India, there is no law on this. There's no clarity on law on this. Because in India, we still talk about a person being an author of the work, whether it is a literary work or a musical work. It has to be a person. Very recently, before the Delhi High Court, this question arose, this very specific question arose on whether a human being, along with an AI platform, be copyright owners of a work. This is a very famous case called the painting of Suryast, where a lawyer took a photograph and converted that into a painting utilizing the starry night as inspiration. Now, he wanted to register that. He did that in the US as well. US refused, the Copyright Office refused that twice. And in India, the first time he applied for a Copyright Office refused it because it was applied only in the name of the AI platform. The second time when he applied it with his own name, and the copyright was granted. Later, about a year later, the Copyright Office withdrew that approval. However, this was a question that Delhi High Court decided and said that copyright law requires a human intervention, and only then can the work be copyrightable. So therefore, it is the need of the hour to have a law either saying we can have AI and copyrighted works, which is the only way, to my mind, we can go. We cannot shut our eyes to the fact that AI exists. It exists in our daily lives now. It's not merely professional work that we're doing. So we, as lawyers, as people who can influence this, I think that's something we need to do. And as professionals, in your own capacity, there is something that you would need to do in the future if you're a service provider, is to ensure that your contracts cater to all the AI that can be utilized in you providing the services. And as a receiver of the services, you have to ensure that the work that is being created for you, utilizing AI, all the licenses flow to you. Without the license, to utilize that copyrighted work, you will not be able to use the work despite that work being work for hire. Thank you.